What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello there, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. Just give me a second. Let me just go back into the cockpit here and select cold and dark. There we go.
Cold and dark selected.
Yeah. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's flight. Welcome to today's flight. Hello there, Mr. Anas. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Today is going to be an interesting one, a little different today. I don't usually do live streams with jet aircraft because, there's just not a lot to do except flying around, which probably is the reason why I should do more live streams with jets. They usually also tend to be very intensive when it comes to manual flying, so I usually don't fly them. But today we're going to make an exception. Give me a second here while I get sorted out with my controls. Alrighty, so today we're going to be flying the Just Flight Hawk T1. We're going to fly it out of and into Valley Air Base, or at least that's what it's called in the Microsoft Flight Sim. But yeah, Valley Air Base, and we're going to take off from here, fly around, and then come back in for a landing and fly around, and let's see how we manage this right here. Okay, so that is what we are doing today. This is the Just Flight Hawk T1 that I've picked up from Just Flight, I think a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it's a good jet, it's a great jet. I will be releasing the tutorial for this as well. I have completed making the tutorial for the Boeing 727. and it's a funny one, but that will be available. That will be released. It will be made public in about 1.5 hours. Yeah, it will be made public in 1.5 hours. So yeah, right about when the stream is ending, it should become public, if I'm not completely mistaken. Anyway, we need to jump into this aircraft today and get it started. Mr. Anas, how are you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, let's get this party started, shall we? Alrighty. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Now. Alright, good to hear that, Mr. Ash. Before I get started, let me show you guys a little nav map of what we're doing today. Here we are in this... Oh, you're a bit tired today, are you? Here we are at Valley Air Base. We're going to take off and fly around for a bit. Have a bit of fun. Perhaps we'll take off from runway 19 because it has a perfect headwind. And yeah, we're gonna fly around here, have a bit of fun, and come in for landing. It has an offset ILS here, as you can tell. The ILS doesn't exactly lead you to the foot of the runway, so it's up to you to make visual contact with the runway at some point and come in and land by yourself. But we're gonna take a look at how we can use the ILS here as well with this jet. So yeah, we're gonna fly around this region, see what we can do. Okie dokie. Jumping into the jet, cold and dark. I've just loaded it into cold and dark. I think someone might have seen that. Anyway, let's get things started over here. Before I start the battery, I like to put this engine switch on. I can put the anti-skid on. I like to put UHF to both. This to slave. That to nav on. These down all the way. So got anti-collision or beacon lights and nav lights. Panel lights can go on, so can that. And then over here we can have this to that, this to that. We're not going to use any TACANs today, but still. TCAS can be on standby for now. This can go to ILS. Yeah, we don't need the ILS on this. This is the radio thingy-majiggy, I believe. So yeah, we don't really need to worry about this. Okay, oxygen can come on. This can go to normal. After all of this is done, we can go ahead and close our canopy. There we go. We can lock it up. There we go. That's all done. Let's go back to our pilot here in the back. Engine up here, anti-skid up there, and oxygen there. There we go. All done, just like that. Okay. Once all of that is done, let's come back in here and get our batteries going. As a matter of fact, I'll also like to do this right here, the fuel control. Is it called the fuel control? Yeah, it is the fuel control. Okay. Start up the batteries, fuel pumps, pitot. We'll silence that right here. We'll turn this on. Okay. Looking good and ready for engine start, everybody. So first we're going to get kind of like the APU of the aircraft going here. So we need to get that sorted. Let's just wait for this to finish showing us the correct whatever. Actually, we don't need to wait for that, to be honest. Let's press the relight right here. You can hear that spooling up. I'm going to wait for the GTS to turn green here. Things are coming to life. There we go. GTS is green. Now we can go ahead and start our engines. So engine to start. There we go. Rotation. And we've got our indication here for the engine's RPM. When it's about 10 or 20, we can flick open the cutoff lever here. There we go. Hello there, Codays. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just starting up the engines here. Should spool up to 60 somewhere there and then fall back down. Oh, there we go. And it will fall back down. Good. Let's unlock our rudder here. Press that to unlock the rudder. Rudder unlocked. Wait for this to come to life here. Our attitude indicator, the main one, to come to life. There we go, it's come to life. Let's press B to calibrate our altitude today. Our altitude is apparently already set. There we go. Brilliant. Almost at sea level here today. Quacker, welcome man. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Let's go to our TCAS mode or our transponder and put it on normal for now. There we go. Looking good. Now before we take off today, since we are messing around with a fighter, I'd like to tune in the ILS we're going to use in advance. So which is IV 108.55. 108.55. That takes us towards runway 13. So that is 108.55. Let's tune that in. Shall we do that? I'm referring to this in case you guys are wondering. 108.55 right here. So we have our ILS stuff right here. Okay. So 108.55. That's how this one works. The 1 is already here. You just need to put the 0 and the 8. There we go. So this is 108.55. There you go. So now we've got our ILS at 108.55 for ILS, and it's already tuned in, so we don't have to mess with that. Okay, now hydraulic system 2, we're gonna press this. That's gonna get our hydraulics to come to life here. Check that out. Yep, there we go. Hydraulics coming to life, and that light extinguishes itself. Go to ILS mode, and that will switch this. Okay, we'll leave it on ILS. Fantastic. So today we're gonna take off from runway 19 because we have a nice headwind. Not that it really matters, but you know, why not, right? So we're gonna take off from runway 19. Let's take ourselves there. Okay, fantastic. Landing and taxi lights to on, please. That is the light on the nose of the aircraft right there. Okay, there you go. Every other light is looking good. Good, ready to go. What would you rate the 3D model so far? The 3D model for this particular aircraft, we can take a look around it. That's a good question. We can take a look around it. So from the outside, from a distance, it's not too bad at all. It's quite good, right? It looks pretty decent. The tires look decent. As a matter of fact, we can go on walk around mode. Take a quick look around. One thing I don't like about the walk around mode, my cursor disappears. But anyway. So there you go. You've got your 3D model. It isn't too terrible. Obviously, when you come close up, the textures are blurry and stuff. So that's not fantastic by any means. I believe this is a port over from 2020. So it's not extremely sharp. There's something that you're used to seeing in 2024. You got a couple of polygons there and stuff. You know, there you go. It's not exactly high fidelity per se, but you know, it looks good. It doesn't look too terrible at all. The way it flies and the way other systems are modeled, I think the price is okay for it. Yeah, the modeling isn't too bad, but you know, it's not crystal crisp like what we see in 2024. Yeah, there's some stuff missing here and there, and that's for sure. You can add payloads and stuff like that to the wing pylons if you want to. Today we're not going to fly with any payload. We want maximum maneuverability. Now, if you jump into the cockpit, there are areas where the 3D modeling could be better. You can see some polygons here and there. But overall, it's pretty immersive. It's not too terrible. Right? It's not too terrible. I'll rate it acceptable. And I'll rate it acceptable, but it's nothing out of this world. You know, it's acceptable. It's not terrible by any means either. There is a sufficient amount of weathering and all that stuff inside. So yeah, that's how I'll mention the 3D model for this aircraft. That's how I'd rate it. Now, it is a 2020 aircraft, if I'm not wrong, that's been ported over. I don't think it's a native 2024. If it's a native 2024, then it's lacking a little bit. But yeah, it also has a very good tablet, by the way, that has lots and lots of options. So I think it makes up for it in a way. But yeah. Anyway, let's release that parking brake. Parking brake released. This parking brake is right here, by the way. See that? That is a parking brake right there. Okay, let's give it a bit of throttle here. We'll turn our aircraft. One thing, to taxi this aircraft, you need to give it quite a bit of RPM, like 80% RPM to taxi this aircraft, which is kind of strange. Okay, we can turn this aircraft around because no one's parked near us. We can head on towards... As a matter of fact, we can just go straight. Let's just do that. Yeah, taxiing this aircraft is a pain. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very, very serious pain to taxi this aircraft. Let's go off to our right here, and that should take us towards runway 19er. Yeah, like I said, taxiing this aircraft is a pain. I don't like the way how the nose gear behaves, the braking behaves. It's a bit funny and odd, but it flies just fine. In terms of flying, it flies just fine. Just taxiing is odd. There you go. Got a wet day here in the UK. Need to turn right very soon. Gonna turn right here. Well, I can't taxi in this view now, can I? Okay, let's just go in this view. Okay, we're gonna go. Oh, this is a very rainy day. It's gonna be fascinating to see how we're gonna perform today. I also have Rex Atmos running, so it looks really cool, but it's gonna be pretty difficult. Okay, let's just see how it goes. Let's go all the way to the end and take off from runway 19er. 21 knot headwind, which is significant for us, from 181 degrees, so almost perfect headwind. So yeah, this aircraft is funny. When it comes to taxiing, it's quite funny. You need to apply a lot of brake to be able to effectively maneuver this thing. So there we go, runway ahead. Let's head into the cockpit here. We need to put our flaps down, don't we? So flap switch is right here. There we go. Flaps to halfway down for our takeoff. Don't have any other lights to worry about per se. So let's just, oh yeah, we need to worry about the TCAS though. So let me just pump the brakes on that while it rolls forward. TCAS can come to TA, there we go. Alright, now we are ready for takeoff. Okay, stop that right there. Turn our aircraft around. Like I said, it's not particularly easy to turn around. Okay, excellent. I think we're ready to take off, aren't we? Okay, let's go full. Okay, we can rotate. And up off the ground we go. Positive rate and gear up. Gear is up, flaps up. There we go. We're up and out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We are up and out of here. Look at that. Pretty cool though, eh? That is pretty cool. Look at us. We got rain, we have no visual, so we're gonna be flying this. Okay, let's burst through the clouds here. Let's try and burst through the clouds here. 100% RPM. We got a bit of fuel. There we go. We've burst through the clouds. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Whoa. Yeah. There we are. Just quite a bit of fun, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, that is cool. Let's go through these clouds here. Let's just navigate these cloud forms up here. That is a lot of fun. Look at that. It's like a mini terrain of its own. Check this out. Yeah, we need some anti-ice going on here, but we're okay. We're okay. I'm not gonna bother with the anti-ice. It's gonna take away some of the power we have available anyway. So I don't think I'll use any anti-ice today. Check this out. That is cool. In a way, this is good weather for us because we got plenty of clouds to navigate here. That is so much fun. That is so much fun. Look at that. Shall we slip into this darkness over here? Let's try that, shall we? Ooh. Whoa, okay. We're literally navigating valleys inside the clouds. That is pretty awesome. I like that. That is fun. Okay, which way to go? Let's go this way. Let's pass through that little sliver here. And yeah, that is good. That is some good stuff right there. Oh yeah. Let's slip in through here. Ooh, we gotta be careful here. Yeah, let's slip in through here. There we go. Nice. Let's head to the side here. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through this sliver. Yep. Okay. It's pretty awesome. Literally just treating the clouds like terrain. That is pretty cool. Got a little sliver here. Maybe we can dip down through it. Yeah, there's a little bit of an opening of some sort here. Wow. 10,000 feet, huh? Just like that. Whoa! We're gonna. Whoa! There we go. Get back on track there. Really fun. Let's head up a little bit. Yeah, it is. It's cinematic and it's dramatic. Look at that. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Okay, we're now currently flying at around 20,000, somewhere near 17,000 feet here. There we go. We're just going to check out the clouds for a bit here. Give me a second, everybody. I'm just going to let the aircraft fly here. Need to run for just a second. I'll be right back. Let's see how that goes. Okay, there we go. Pretty cool. One of the things we're going to do today, obviously, is to do a low pass over Valley Airbase. It's probably not allowed, but it's probably not allowed. But let's give it a shot, shall we? Let's give it a shot. Oh, well, since we're in a gentle turn, we're gonna turn ourselves back towards Valley. Anyway, gonna go ahead and perform a low pass over it, and after we perform our low pass, we'll come back in for a quick touch and go or a landing or something. See how that goes as well, yeah? I'm just letting the aircraft do its thing right now. I'm not even touching the control, but we are in a nice little turn towards Valley. Let me take control now. Go in there. 26,000 feet. Let's go towards Valley, shall we? Full throttle. Inverted. Let's see how far we can push this aircraft. We need to pierce through these clouds at some point. One thing I don't like about 2020, quite frankly, 2024 and the whole Microsoft Flight Sim thing, is that there are no interactions with the cloud as the aircraft passes through the cloud. You know, usually when an aircraft passes through the cloud disperses. We don't have that dispersion in Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane for that matter. I've never noticed that. So that is something that is not pretty nice. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to go straight through this cloud. See, the aircraft pretty much just disappears. Okay, I need to get back in here. There we go. We're back at 8,000 feet and we're back into the rain. Let's go back down into the valley. Whee. I don't know if the orange band is overspeeding or if it is just a speed warning. I have no idea. So going through 6,000 feet, we need to be careful here, otherwise we can lose our orientation very, very easily. There we go. We've come out of the clouds here. Let's go over the airbase. Should be somewhere here. But frankly, yep, it's right there. Let's give it full beans. There we go, flying over the airbase. Whoa, there we go. Straight straight up. And then we'll flatten out our climb. There we go. Come on, flatten that climb out. 10,000 feet. There we go. Beautiful, isn't it? That is fun. Still on a gentle climb here. It is pretty cool. Now we're descending. Woo! Through the clouds. Whee! That's fun. Well, probably not that fun for the pilot involved, but it's fun for us. Oh, we are doing something wrong here. Okay, back in control. Let's pitch this thing straight up. Try and get ourselves a little bit of cloud to play around with before we come in for our landing, obviously. So let's try that, shall we? There we go. Clouds have magically disappeared. I mean, appeared. What am I saying? There we go. We're the right way up now. In situations like this, it's just trusting your instruments. That's the only thing that's going to get you out of it. If you try to do anything else but trust your instruments, you are going to be in trouble. You are going to be in trouble. Check that out. We're nice and slow right now. Let's give it a bit of oomph. Accelerate slowly. Right? Once we allow the aircraft to accelerate a little bit, we will go ahead and it is like an air show in a way, isn't it? Time for us to come in for landing. We'll obviously perform a more normal landing first, and then we'll perform a more extreme landing. So I'm gonna do both. We are going to do both. Okay. I'm gonna go for around 30 minutes. Sure, Mr. Quacker. Sure, Mr. Quacker. Shall see you in about 30. Okay. Speed is rising slowly. We can just dip our nose just to give us a little bit of extra speed. Navigate the clouds for a bit of fun before we come in for our regular landing. So let me just give it. Yeah, there we go. There's that speed coming up. Mach 0.7. This seems like a really fun aircraft. It is. It is genuinely a very fun aircraft. Yeah, it's not as fast as the other jets. It doesn't have an afterburner, as far as I know at least. But it is fun. Definitely fun indeed, okay? Alright, let's go in for a normal-ish landing at Valley Air Base. Using the ILS, obviously, as our guide. If we take a look before we dip down, ILS is on, everything is on. Everything here is looking good. We don't need to turn this on by any means, I don't think so. Okay. Alright, whatever. Let's just go in. Let's go in for that landing. Look at that. Just messing around at this point. Look at that. Okay, I need to get in the cockpit. There we go. And let's make a gentle turn towards where we're supposed to be. We are going 5,200 feet. Okay, we should flatten out our descent there. And let's continue on towards where we're supposed to be. Cut the throttle? Not yet. Nah, I'm not gonna cut the throttle. Let's just continue at this high speed. Why not? Okay. Very high speed. 3,000 feet roughly. We need to really maintain 3,000 per se. It is a jet after all. But let's try. Cutting throttle. We need to slow down at the end of the day. Let's see if we can capture the ILS signal. If we have tuned everything correctly, we should be able to. I don't foresee a problem with this, but you never know. Let's find out. Let's find out. There we are. We are on ILS. Let's see if it is possible for us to capture the ILS correctly. Okay, let's find out. It says we've got 13 miles to our foot of runway. So I'm gonna try and keep this aircraft. Okay, so one of the issues I have with this aircraft, we need to be careful when tuning it, when trimming it. So that is one of the things that I do need to pay attention to. We're okay though. Quite okay. 2,900 feet. Okay. Look at that, we're very stable at the moment. Do I have an ILS signal? I don't see one, to be honest with you. I have the localizer, but I do not have the glide slope. I have a localizer signal, but I do not have the glide slope. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting indeed. ILS is on, that's on, that's on. Do I need to turn this on for ILS to work? I don't think so. But apparently, I do not have a glide slope. So that's interesting. Let me see, is it gonna work? Is that the ILS? Is that the glide slope? I don't think so. No, I don't have glide slope. I do not have glide slope or localizer, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. It's probably because I haven't set the course correctly, right? It is probably that. Yeah, I'm trying to follow the ILS, but I don't think it's working right here. Yeah, 108.55. I don't think whatever I've done is not doing its job. That's interesting. So it's 3 miles. Oh, is that the glide slope? I think I have glide slope. Yep, I have glide slope. I do, I have glide slope with me. Okay. Let's find out if it's any good. Oh, look at that. It actually does lead me to the runway. Look at that. It does kind of lead me to the runway in a way, I suppose, right? Not exactly, but yeah, in a way, I suppose it does. Go down on the flaps there, go down with the gear there, and there's your runway. But yeah, that doesn't really seem like the right way to do it. I feel like I've made a mistake with that. We'll come in and try again until we get this right, obviously. First, let's go in for a quick landing here. If I can. 3 greens on the landing gear. Floaty. Oh, we got wind, huh? Yeah, we got wind. Okay, not too bad. Considering conditions, that's not too bad at all. Very nice, very nice, very nice landing. Yeah, there's some serious wind today. It's an 18 knot crosswind at the moment because we took off from the other runway, remember? Let's go to the end of this particular runway. Let's see what we can do here. Because there's something wrong with this. What is the course for this particular ILS? The course for this particular ILS is 136. So we're going to set that in. 136. 136. So 13 is right there. And 136. Okay. Let's take off and try that one more time. Let's see if we can make it. That is the course that's supposed to be set for the runway, I believe. But yeah, so you have to remember that if you take a look at little nav map, the ILS is offset from the runway like this. So it's not going to lead us exactly to the runway per se. So always remember that. So it's always going to make for a fun landing no matter what you do. Okay. Let me hide that. Try and turn this aircraft around. Very nice. Very nice. I like the scenery. It's a free one from flightsim.to if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead, take off and come back around one more time. We got fuel. We got plenty of fuel for today. So we don't need to worry about it. This aircraft is pretty fun. Okay, flaps can go up to our takeoff position. There we go. Let's try that one more time, shall we? Let's try for the ILS and let's go full. Good lord, the crosswind is pretty strong today. Okay, 120. Whee, there we go. Get up. Let's go flaps up. Let's go straight back down here. There we go. Nice. Okay, we'll go straight up. There's our airbase right there. We've left it behind. Very nice aircraft to fly. Oh yeah. There we go, just increasing speed here. Just climbing out nice and easy. Check that out. There we go. We're piercing above the first level of clouds here. Nice and easy. Beautiful. We had a nice landing the first time, given the wind conditions. Right now we have a 33 knot wind. That's not very conducive. Look at that, coming in through the clouds and through the rain. Absolutely stunning view with the jet. We haven't had some cinematics. Let's have some cinematic views, shall we? Let's do some cinematic. Look at that. Oh, goodness me, look at that. Oh, yes. Look at it. See what the second pilot is saying. Or rather, the trainer, actually. Check this out. We got icing, but we're not going to do anything about it. No, sir, we are not. Pretty cool, huh? $20,000 feet. Can we hit Mach 1 with this? Probably in a dive. It's close to Mach 1 anyway. I think you can, but it's kind of like an overspeed or something like that. What a beautiful bird. What a beautiful, lovely little bird. Look at that. Stunning stuff, isn't it? We're really missing some cinematic views here. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're only gonna go above the clouds completely once. We need to turn back around. So let's begin a gentle turn back so that we can perform our more crazier approach at landing. Let's see how the ILS functions. I did get the ILS to function on this once. So it does work. It's just that we have a very weird offset ILS at Valley AB. It's kind of like an LDA except with the glide slope. So sort of like an LDA approach but with the glide slope as well. So offset ILS. We're just making our lovely little turn back. Look at that. We're at 30,000 feet already. It's a very fun aircraft to fly. That's a long loop around. Let me just have a steeper turn here. Nice. We're flying into a 57 knot headwind, by the way, right now. So our actual speed is going to decrease a bit, which is not what we want. Still lovely. Look at that. Okay. Let's now head straight for that ILS right there. $31,000 feet. Very fun. Look at this beautiful bird. I love this aircraft already. This is going to be so much fun to fly into various difficult approaches, interesting stunt flights. This is a very fun aircraft. Very maneuverable, very, very fun. As a matter of fact, we are not too far away right now. Once we get in a little bit closer, I will dip the nose and we'll go in for a round. We're flying fairly quickly. Our fuel consumption is so low for a jet. It's crazy. Our fuel consumption is so economical for compared to other jets. I mean, most jets would have gassed out by now if I tried to do all of this. This thing is pretty much still saying I'm ready to go all over about 3 times. So it's a pretty fun aircraft to fly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this. Look at that, it's beautiful. Okay, so now it's time for us to dip and have a bit of fun. So let me go ahead and jump back into the flight deck. Let's go ahead and dip our nose, shall we? We dip that nose straight down. Let's try and, I think if we hit Mach 1, we're going to overspeed and damage the engines anyway. I'm going to cut the throttle here. Yeah, there we go. We're already... There we go. Yeah, we're trying to maintain that speed right there. How fast can this jet actually go? Konnichiwa. I'm good. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome, Thyra, to the stream. How are you doing? Finally on a jet again. Yeah, imagine that. It took me a long while to get into a jet again, didn't it? So I'm going to cut the throttle and I'm going to do a bit of maneuvers here to try and get ourselves down to the required altitude as quickly as possible. So let's try and see if we can get our landing. Let's see if we can do it. Flying inverted at the moment, pretty much. Yep, flying inverted. Check that out. Whee! Into the abyss inverted, ladies and gentlemen. That's fun, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, we're already on the glide slope, but we're at like 11,000 feet, but we're flying inverted. Whee! Let's do that. Oh, that's rough. Let's make that turn around one more time. 9,000 feet. Let me go back into the cockpit here. Flatten out my descent before it turns into something else. There we go. Now we can turn around. Just this much is good enough. Descend. And we'll come back in and capture our ILS. Let's try that. There we go. Nice and gentle. I'll give it a bit of throttle there. 6,000, 7,000 feet. Whoa! There we go. Nice and gentle. Turning back around. This is all very dangerous stuff because very easy to lose your head here in the visibility conditions. But we're okay for the time being. We just need to come down to 3,000 feet and then we are ready to gun it towards the ILS. Whoa! That's cool. That is cool. Look at that. Just disappeared in there. Goodness me. Whoa, we're going back up. It is fun, isn't it? We're back up to 10,000 feet, by the way. We need to dip our nose back down. It's okay. We'll make it. We will make it. Oh, thank you very much. It is fun, isn't it? It's very fun. Yeah, jet flights are amazing for me. I really need to start doing them again. I'll make both videos and live streams with jets now. It's pretty fun. So let's dip our nose really steeply here as we turn in towards the ILS. Let's see if we can make this. Whoa, that's a little too much, don't you think? We need to sorry, Mr. Pilot. Sorry about that, but okay. There we go, let's go back down. We're at 3,000 feet, but we're a little too high for that ILS. Oh god, okay. There we go, that is good enough. Now let's see if we can follow the ILS in for a landing. Shall we try that? Let's see if we can capture the ILS in the first place. So let's see. 8 nautical miles away. Let us see if we can. 7 nautical miles away. Glide slope coming up. Yep, we have glide slope. Okay, I have glide slope. Oh my god. Relax with that, please. Yep. Right there. Trim it out. I need to trim this out. Let's go. Come on, yeah, that's much better. But trim that out, nice and easy. Yeah, we need to slow down. We can't slow down. Damn, we can't slow down. I'm struggling to slow down here. What am I gonna do? Side slip. There we go. Gear down. Can I put the gear down yet? Okay, gear down. Flaps down. There we go. I was a little early on the flaps, but we're okay. Speed brake, we don't have speed brake. Mr. Larry, welcome to the stream, but we do not have speed brake. There we go. Runway ahead of us. We have visual. Ta-da! Let's see how we can make this landing here. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys landing replay. Or can I? I can. There we go. I've got SkyDolly going. But that almost cost us the landing there. But anyway. I don't have speed brakes. I don't think I do. We'll check on the ground. We'll check on the ground. Okay. We are looking okay for this landing. We've got crosswind. About 20 knots, but that's okay. Let's see what we can do. Nice and easy. Oh, look, a boat. Yeah, that is not me. That is just the wind doing its thing. Let's see how we can float this thing in. Okay, we got some runway room so we can float it a little bit. 150. Need to slow down a bit more. Okay. That will do. There we go. Some crosswind there, but that's okay. All right. Larry says, I do have a speed brake. Oh, I've never really used a speed brake on this aircraft. I've never had to. Well, I am new to the aircraft anyway. But you say you can test it on the ground, but you have to flick test switch on the right. Yeah, I know the test switch you're talking about, actually. It is raining, Thyra. It is raining. It's very nice and rainy. I know the test switch you're talking about. Air brake right here. Yeah, that's the one. I know the one you're talking about. Let's check that out. Yeah, I don't have it. You're right about that. Let's where are the air brakes? I don't see the air brakes. Does it only work when we're flying? Is that how this one works? I do not see the air brakes anywhere. Yeah. I've put it on test and oh, maybe I know what to do. Sorry, my bad. I think I know what to do. Air brake test, and then yeah, there's the air brake. Thank you very much for that, Larry. That is much appreciated. There is the air brake, huh? Last place I thought the air brake is gonna pop out from. There is the air brake. Got it. Okay, so I can actually use the air brake. Huh. Well, we didn't need it this time, but thanks for that, man. I did notice that switch, but for some reason I've never actually bothered to use the air brake on this particular aircraft. Where is the actual air brake lever then? Where is the actual air brake lever for this particular aircraft? I don't know where it is. Do you know where it is? Of course you should know where it is, right? Where would that be? Anyway. Yeah, I don't know where the actual air brake control is. But yeah. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, let me put that test back off. Let's actually just go ahead and take a look at the landing replay first. Let's see what we did with that landing replay. I really don't know. I have to bind it. Yeah, I also have it bound to a control, but I don't see the actual lever inside the cockpit, so I've never really bothered to use it. But anyway, thanks for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay, see how bad or good it was. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's take a look. We've still got plenty of fuel for another round, by the way, so we will do another round. But for now, let's just see how that landing replay turned out. We'll first check it out from this view. Ignore my approach because I was fiddling with the controls to get our replay going. So I'll do it somewhere here. Okay, let's see how it went. Yeah, the wind there. Okay. Floaty, floaty, and touchdown. There we go. That wasn't too bad at all. Cool. Cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more landing replays of that. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Larry. Let's continue this right here. There we go, coming in for landing, nice and easy, huh? Okay. And touchdown. Very nice. Thank you very much, Thyra. Much appreciated. Let's try that landing replay one more time, shall we? There we go. Thanks, Hannes. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. There we go. And touchdown. All right. Very nice. Okay, cool. That is pretty cool. This jet is fun. I have to say, it's so much fun to fly this thing. It is so much fun to fly this thing. Okay, let's go around for belly view, of course. Let's do the belly view. How could I forget? We can do the belly view. How could I forget? I think we got a choice of belly views today. We've got number 4, number 5, number 6. You know what? Number 4 seems like a good one. Or number 5, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, let's try this one first. Let's try this one. Check out that belly view for that landing. There we go. That runway is not even either, huh? Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's see. Are there any other views that might tickle our fancy? Are there any other views that might tickle our fancy? How about this one? This one or this one, perhaps? Why don't we try this one? Little D crab is missing. Well, yeah, you're right about that, but I don't think I want to do a D crab with fighter jets. That last minute rudder input, I think I don't like doing that with fighter jets. Kind of finicky. It's very easy to lose control there. Very, very sensitive. So yeah, intentionally left that out. But I would ideally do that with an airliner, of course. I don't always do it, to be honest. Some days I feel like doing it, some days I just don't feel like doing it. Sometimes I randomly try it, sometimes I don't. Depends on what I feel like doing on the day, to be honest. Sometimes I really like landing crabbing. And sometimes I just feel like, you know what, why not just align it at the last second? Depends on the mood, mostly. But yeah, ideally, you know, I've seen pilots do both in real world situations. I've seen pilots do both all the time. So I don't really... Depends. But with this aircraft, I don't think it's a good idea. I think I'm going to lose control if I do that. Particularly with a lot of crosswind, I think I'm going to lose control. Anyway, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, let's see what we can do from here on out. Yeah, it is safer not to do it. In most situations, it's safer just to leave it the way it is. Unless, of course, you've got very extreme angles and then, you know, you need to adjust it a little bit. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do one more run. Shall we do one more run? All right, Thyrath. I shall see you and see you very soon. Thank you very much, okay? Thank you. Glad you enjoyed the landing there. Okay, so should we go for one more run around or what shall we do here? Or should we go in and park? That is the question right now. That is the question right now. That is the question right now. Now that I've figured out the fact that we actually have air brakes, might want to... Let's see. What do you guys think? One more. One more, you say. Okay, we can do one more. Let's do one more. Okay. Let's do one more. What is going on here? Oh, the replay has messed that up. So that happens once in a while with the landing replays. A lot of stuff gets messed up. So yeah, that's something that tends to happen. Don't mind that. We can just quickly bring up our stuff here. Go back to ready for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff selected.
Is that going to fix it? I don't know if it's going to fix it. But it does happen with... you know what? If it doesn't fix it, no problem. We can always go cold and dark and then we can restart it. We can just restart it. Okay. Not too terrible to restart this thing. So we can restart it right here. We can just go directly to TA. Can put that on. Can get that on. We can get that on. We can get that on. Get that on. I like to do this before starting the batteries. I know that's weird, but it is what it is. Put that on there. Let's go back here. Put that on there. Put that on there. Put that on there. Come back in here. Let's put that down there. Let's put that down there. Parking brake is on. Yes, it is. Okay, let's go ahead and start it up in the middle of the runway. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Silence that. Pump that up. There we go. Time for... GTS, and we'll go for one more round. There we go. Okay. Alright, everything is coming to life and we are ready. Rudder lock removed. That should come to normal. Good. This is locked. Yeah, it is. Okay, engine still coming alive. Let's set that pressure right there. That's good. And we are almost ready to go. Just waiting for the engines and hydraulic systems and all that stuff. Once that's ready, we'll go around one more time. TACAN. ILS. We don't need to turn this on, by the way, but just doing it anyway. ILS here, 108.55 is set. Yes, it is. Okay, why are our AC generators and stuff off? I don't get it. I don't get why we are having issues with that. That's interesting. Why are our AC gens not coming to life? Fuel pressure. Yeah, I think the replay messed that up, ladies and gentlemen. I think the replay has messed it up. Yeah. So the replay mode has messed up our... yeah, it has. It's messed it up. Fuel pressure, generator, AC warnings and all that stuff. It's not really... I don't think our aircraft is going to work after that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work after that. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to go around for that. SkyDolly is not exactly very friendly with this, and I'm too new to the aircraft to figure out exactly what's going on. I will figure this out, obviously. Let's try AC reset, that reset. Does that help us? Nope, it does not. Does not help us at all. No, nope. So I believe we have a problem now. Right, did that go away? Okay, it seems to have gone away there. Oh, I think we might have fixed it. The reset might have worked. Waiting for this to come to life here, though. That is still not happening. This is still not happening. I'm waiting. We just restored our power here, so I'm just waiting for this. Come on. Is it going to come back to life? Yep, there it goes. Okay, so we can go for another round. Excellent. Let's put our flaps down to position halfway for takeoff. There we go. Just make sure that the auto air brake is off there. 108.55 check. Everything else is check. Let's go landing and taxi light check. And we are back in business, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Okay, release parking brake. Give it that 80% RPM to get us moving. And let's go for one more round before we call it a day. Excellent. So we just had to reset everything right here, which worked. Good. Let's go for one more. Go for one more. You know what? This time, let's do some terrain hugging. Let's do some terrain hugging. That should be more fun this time. Let's do that. Let's go over... Oh my god. My bad. This aircraft is funny to taxi. But yeah, let's do some terrain hugging. And yeah, we'll do that. Let's take off right now and we'll do some terrain hugging, then come back in for an ILS landing. That's something we haven't done today. So that's going to be fun. Let's do that. Very fun aircraft, I have to say. Absolutely loving it so far. Apart from the taxiing bit, it's very funny and odd in the way how it taxis. Okay, let's go. Gear it up. Is our rudder locked? Because I have no rudder control. I'm not joking. Okay, it's not locked. Alright, there we go. It's fine. What on earth was that about? Okay, we got 120. Yeah, the crosswinds are crazy, as you guys can probably tell. We're up though. Gear up. Flaps up. Rudder lock is disengaged. Okay, let's do some terrain hugging. Let's fly as close to the terrain as possible and have a bit of fun. There's a boat. Would you look at that? There's a lovely looking boat. It's probably unrealistic, but it's good. Let's do some terrain hugging here. If I dare to do this. Oh lordy. Whoa. Let me just go back into the... Kind of overspeeding now, aren't we? Not exactly, I suppose. There's actually another airbase very near us called Mona Airbase, apparently. It's right around here. There it is. That is Mona Airbase, everybody. Let's give them a scare right there. Very nice. There we go. So it's very maneuverable. That's pretty cool. Let's turn around this way. Lift that wing, avoid that pylon right there. The power pylon. Cool. Okay, very terrible textures there. This particular countryside, not very good, huh? There we go, that took a while for that to load. Oh, very lovely water. It doesn't particularly want to stick to the ground. I think the ground effect is a little too strong. As I trim it down, there's no way the ground effect affects it from this altitude, right? It's a little too high. Oh, okay. Shave that mountain. Ah, yes, just like that. There we go. I need to do the Mach loop with this aircraft as well. That's something I need to do. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Let's see. Yeah. It's pretty fun. The textures are struggling to load here, which is fascinating. It's pretty cool. Whoa! I need to be more careful. Nice. Yeah, those are some terrible textures. What on earth is going on? It is Wales, not England. Oh, it's in Wales? Are we in Wales right now? Well, thank you very much for the correction. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll be changing that in the description. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I did not actually check that properly. My bad, but much appreciated. I shall change that. All right. Welcome to the stream. Never seen you around. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, let's go in for our final landing here into Valley. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, we should probably not be flying at this altitude over here, obviously, but yeah, that is the whole point. Let's go towards our final landing for today. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. Ah, those are the bridges. You know what? Let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. We'll pass under a few of those bridges before we try to land here. So let's do that right now. That's a great idea. I love doing that. We've always done that with jet flights on this channel. So let's go ahead and make this no exception. Let's make that no exception. Let's go in. Okay, we'll gun it once we have a straight line of sight there. Okay. Yep, I believe the bridge is going to come up somewhere here. Let me see if I can make that. Let me see if I can make that happen. Yep, there it is. I want to fly right under it. Let's go. Let's attempt. Oh, this one is impossible. I'm going to tell you right now, this one is... Well, it's possible. It's possible. Okay, all right. All right, I see it. I see it. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen. I see it. I see it. I see it. I have a better idea. Okay, here we go. I see it. I see it. So, the bridges are not exactly... It's in a part of the water where it's a bit bendy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight up, loop back around, and we will come straight in for that. So this is 2-4. I'm going to fly at... Thank you very much. Let's see if that happens. Let's see if at least one bridge. Let's see if that we can make that happen today. That is... close to overspeeding at this point, but that's okay. 2-4-6. Okay, here we go. I shall try that right now. Should I try to loop around the whole way? Let me see. Try that. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now let's try. Now let's try that. Okay, I need to stay as close to the ground as possible, otherwise it's not going to happen. Let me see if there's enough gap. Those bridges look really tight, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this, but let's try it. Roughly in the direction of those bridges right there. Yep, I see one. Let's see if we can make this. We should be able to, come on. Is that one of the bridges? What is that? Yeah, that is one of the bridges. Okay. That is one of the bridges right there. Okay, we're gonna dip under. Hopefully there's not enough gap in there. Oh, good lord. Oh, we did make it. We made it. We can't make the second one, but we made the first one. What? Change that. We cannot make the second one. Abort. Okay. Yeah, but we made the first one. There we go. We made the first one. We made the first one. I feel like if I do this like a couple more times, I can get two of them easily. It is possible. So it is possible. Well, at least we made one today. At least we made one today. It is actually possible to get both. It's very possible to get both. We could do the second one as well. In fact, the second one has more room underneath it. So we could try that. Let's try that, right? We should try that. It's on the way back anyway, so might as well. We gun it a little bit here. Oh, thank you very much. Let's gun that a little bit here. Come on. Okay, okay. And then flip it. We're gonna flip it. Okay. There we go. all of this, we're doing all of this on that first refuel of about 1,200 or something, 1,300 gallons or something like that. Kgs, sorry. Not 1,000, I mean 10,000. But that is a crazy amount of economy for a fighter of any kind. Now, unfortunately, I've lost my bearings a little bit. Where is that bridge? I no longer know where it is. Oh, good lord. We've missed it. Oh, well. Yep, it was right here. We missed it. Okay, for today, I think we're going to call it. Let's go in and land this aircraft. But this is a particularly easy bridge to pass. I don't feel good. Ooh, don't black out just yet. Come on. Come on. There's the first one that we made. Let's see if we can make the second one this time. No way. Yeah, no way. Yep, that's technically a pass, but barely. That's barely a pass, but yeah, there we go. Let's call it for today. Let's come back into Valley Air Base and make that landing. We'll try capture the ILS one more time for today. All right. It's perfect. Ooh, look at that formation of clouds. That is beautiful. The formation of clouds is just... that is just beautiful. Gorgeous stuff. Man, that's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna let my aircraft do its thing. Climb out a little bit before we come in for the landing. Okay. Let's just dip our nose now. Enjoy these clouds. Check that out. Final bunch of cinematics today. After this, we are going into land. So let's just take a look at those right there. Beautiful. Yep, very nice. What a lovely, lovely day to take out your jet and have a bit of fun. Going through that gap there. Beautiful. Check it out. It's probably my favorite jet now in the entire sim. I'm not gonna lie, it's more fun to fly than the F-35. Definitely more fun to fly than the F-35. That is for sure. Way more maneuverable, way more fun. Okay, I believe it's time for us to descend back down into Valley Air Base. So let's do that. Back in there. We'll just go inverted for a second. Because why not? Whee! Okay, what's our altitude? 26,000 feet. That is plenty, and it's not too bad. We can bleed that off. We can chop our altitude fairly easily. Let our speed increase here into the yellow range. That's okay. Nice and easy. $15,000 feet. Back under the clouds there, we got precipitation. Nice and easy. Back towards that ILS at Valley. There we go. Cut our speed now. Can cut throttle at least. Can actually use the air brake, huh? So let me try that out. Whoa, I did not know we had that. But I do now. So we can use that to slow down as we descend like madmen here. Look at that. Look at that. The weather has been absolutely stunning here. I mean, I'm surprised that all sorts of warnings haven't gone off by now the way I'm flying this thing, but here we are, 5,000 feet. Whoa, look at what comes up. There we go. We don't need the speed brake anymore. Impressed with the graphics. Well, thank you very much. Okay, let's get this in following the ILS. They are 8 nautical miles away. Let's get this in, shall we? Let's intercept. Right there. We're too low, obviously. We'll bleed off our speed in a second. Bleed off our speed in just a second. SkyDolly, oh my god, you just reminded me. SkyDolly, yep, recording. Luckily. Okay, 1800 feet. Speed is dropping nicely here. We got 5 nautical miles. We're looking good. Do we have glide slope? I believe we do, don't we? We do have glide slope, yeah. There we go, we have glide slope. Yep, we have glide slope with us. So that looks good. It's nice and easy. There we go. Remember, offset glide slope once again. That means that we have offset ILS. It's not going to take us to the foot of the runway. We need to establish some visual. We're still too fast. We are still too fast. Only 2 nautical miles to go now. Yeah, there it is. There's the runway. Okay, air brake. Put that down. I'm gonna put my gear down. Air brakes have gone back up. Put my flaps down. And there we go. Let's try this landing, shall we? It's gonna be fascinating. Gonna grab it a little bit. There we go. $120. Okay, there we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. That same crosswind is still pretty much present on the runway, but we're down nice and easy. Can we use the air brakes after landing? We can't. Oh. So this thing doesn't really use the air brake for slowing down. Interesting. Okay. So air brake is only in the air. Probably why they don't call it spoiler, but yeah. Interesting. Welcome back into Valley Air Base, and we're going to take a look at that landing in just a second. But first, let's go ahead. Should we taxi it first before we take a look at the landing? No, you know what? Let's take a look at the landing first, and then we'll taxi in and shut down today. We'll do it the other way today. No, my bad. We need to taxi before the landing replay. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the systems again. So let's go ahead and taxi into one of the stands. The military combat parkings, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the landing replay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in to Valley for the final time today. Very nice. Very, very nice. Come on, aircraft. Why is taxiing this thing such a pain? It's a beautiful aircraft, but as soon as you get off the runway, it becomes annoying. Flaps back up. There we go. Time for a nice pind. Okay. Well, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. It's one of those aircrafts where the nose gear is such that if you do max deflection, it doesn't turn as well as if you do a little under. Probably to simulate the skidding effect, maybe, I don't know. There we go. Let's go ahead and park ourselves in, and we'll take a look at the landing replays. The SkyDolly has been recording, and it should work without any issues. So yeah, let's go ahead and park in. It's very annoying to control this from this view. Let me just go in here for now. Yeah. You can only effectively turn the aircraft while braking when you're taxiing, and that's kind of weird. Unless you're going really slowly, so. It's a funny little thing, but let's see. There we go. We got a bunch of Hawks right ahead of us. Bunch of T1s right there. We'll go in and park near one of them. That'll be enough for us. Check. Pins. Oh. Maybe that's the way it is in real life. Yeah, probably. But it's a great handling aircraft otherwise, just not very good at taxiing apparently. So let's just go ahead and find ourselves a little parking somewhere here. And we'll take this one. How are these aircrafts parked? We'll take a look at them. How are they parked? Let's go outside and take a look. Oh, they're parked like that. Very well. I shall park mine in as such as well. There we go. We'll turn it in and we'll grab one of these parkings right here. There we go. Lovely. Very, very fascinating nose gear handling here. This is not the only aircraft that behaves like this in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 though. So I suspect it's not exactly the way how the aircraft is. I just think it's just the way how the sim is. Okay, we'll come in and park at parking number 69. Of all the numbers, huh? There we go. Let's go ahead and park that in. Put that brake. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Actually, let the aircraft roll forward just a little bit more. There we go. That's good enough for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing now. It's going to be a long rewind here because obviously the taxi is quite annoying, but let's try. I'm just going to rewind it quickly here. Hopefully that doesn't cause a crash. Okay. So from here, we need to rewind it in such a way. Okay. There we go. Oh, it was an interesting approach. So let's go a little behind here. Let's try play this now. First landing replay. Oh yeah, there's the oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, lovely little float there. Okay. Down. Let's go ahead and take a look at that from this view right here. We'll go back all the way. Somewhere here. Let's play that. Let's see how that went. Look at all of that. Funny stuff, huh? That we're doing. Nice. Yeah. That is pretty cool. Got us floating down the runway there. Down. Brilliant. It's always windy on the island. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. It always definitely seems like it. Definitely seems like it. But pretty fun though. We could have used a better runway for the landing, but I wanted to use the ILS just for fun. For a little bit of practice right there. So a little floaty and down. Very nice. The aircraft is honestly quite easy to control in the air and for landing and stuff. It's very nice. It's a very lovely aircraft. Very quick as well, as you can tell by these views. It's very quick. Very, very quick. Let's check out this view. Ooh, a little bit of a... There we go, that's better. Yeah, we got a bit of issue with the exhaust there, so let me just try from this view. Let's go back. Let's go back from right here. Let's go. These views are not great, are they? Oh, floaty. There we go. All right, that was fun. Ignore that warning that comes because of landing replay there. Nothing much we can do about it. Let's try this view. Maybe this view will give us something a little better to appreciate. There we go. Should be our last landing replay here. Yep. A lot of wind there. Could have put it down right there, but I decided to float up. And down. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Great. Anyway. Let's go back to our parking. Where we left off the aircraft. World's most terrible taxi ever. Well, not that bad, but you get my point. Great to watch. Enjoyed it. Thanks. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Do check out the channel if you're new to it. Welcome on board. And thank you for tuning in. Great to have you here, man. Great to have you here. Thank you. Okay. Fantastic. Let's jump back in here. Obviously silence all of this. This happens because of landing replay. Let's just reset all three of these. One more time. There we go. Thank you very much, Mr. Annis. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. We can shut down the engines, honestly. There we go. Amazing replays. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mike Coffee. Thank you, the Codays. Thank you very much. The Brian Meister is the new... Brian Meister is new to the chat. Yes? Yeah. Well, thank you very much for tuning in as well. Is that how you say it? The Brian Meister? The Brian Meister. Well, anyway. However you pronounce it. Mr. Meister, thank you very much. Let's put that down. Let's put that down. Let's turn that off there. Let's come back in here. Let's turn that off. Let's put that off. Let's put that off. Let's unlock this. Let's put that off. That's already cut off, right? Oh, it's not cut off. That's interesting. Is this cut off? Yeah, it is cut off. Heat is cut off. All right. Let's put the fuel pump off. Pitot heats can come off. Battery 2 can come off. That can come off. That can come off. TCAS can go straight to standby or off. And this can come off. This can come off. This can come off. These two can come off. This can come off. That can come off. Sad didn't get a Hawk tour. I'm like, oh god. Hawk tour, huh? Okay, we'll cut that off. Fuel cut off right there. Parking brake needs... Oh, sorry. Parking brake back up, please. Thank you very much. Hawk tour, huh? Gosh. That lady is... something else, huh? Let's not talk about that, though. But yeah. There we go. I think we're pretty good here. Why is this not going off? There we go. What the quack? I started MSFS a few days ago. Well, welcome to the world of flight simming. Unless you are already a flight simmer who just switched to MSFS a couple of days ago. But welcome. Hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the channel too. Welcome to the live stream as well, man. I don't know if you've tuned in before, but welcome. Welcome. So yeah, here we go. We've got everything pretty much off as far as I'm concerned. I think so. And yeah. Just go to cold and dark and confirm that. Get all the covers and all that stuff. Oh, we turned on the oxygen instead of turning it off. But anyway. All that is done. All that is done, ladies and gentlemen. He says, glad being here and learn some new things. Sure, man. Welcome to the channel. Check out my tutorials as well. There's plenty of tutorials on the channel at this point. There's a new one releasing. Probably it's already released as well. Yeah, it's probably already released as well. Another tutorial on the 727. So yeah. Thank you very much to everybody today for tuning in. That was a fantastic, enjoyable stream. I had lots of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Anas, what the quack? The Codays, Mike Coffee, the Brynmeister, Thyra, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Who else? Larry, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Quacker, much appreciated. So all of you guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And I hope you guys had as good a time as I have today. All right. I think because of one of your tutorials being... all right. Okay. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Well, in either case, welcome, man. Welcome. And I hope you had a good time. Hope to catch you in the future streams as well. I stream almost every day. At this point, it's pretty much every day. I release tutorials once in a while. I have a tutorial released about 12 minutes ago right now, if I'm not completely mistaken. There's a tutorial that's either released or about to release one or the other. So yeah. All right. With that said, go ahead, do that like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTube stuff, all the wonderful stuff to help out the channel if you don't mind. If you had a good time, let me know that you did. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to catch you guys in the next live stream. And until then, have a great day. Bye-bye.